Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Alright, so this whole Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk situation, it's seemingly taken another turn. So, last week, Team Usyk 60-40 offer to the winner. Tyson Fury not happy with that. Says the next day 70-30, take it or leave it. Oleksandr Usyk says I will take it, but you have to donate money to Ukraine. Then we're hearing from the WBA that that's okay. They were going to order Usyk versus Dubois if it wasn't sorted. Now they're putting that in the back burner. Warren saying we're looking good for April 29th at Wembley Stadium. And now today Tyson Fury has made another demand, insisting that there should be no rematch clause either way, apparently, for this fight. So another stipulation that he's added, despite the fact previously he had said 70-30, take it or leave it, essentially insinuating that's the last offer. So now he's adding another one into it, saying that there is to be no rematch, right? Now, I get rematches for voluntaries. I get that. I think that it's part and parcel of a voluntary. I'm not as okay with them for mandatories. In terms of unifications, well, that's a bit of a grey area there. I guess it could be seen as a way to avoid, potentially anyway, any controversial decision that might F it up, if you know what I mean. So for argument's sake, if you had two guys going for undisputed, it's a controversial decision, a bit like how it was with Charlo versus Castano rematch order. So I kind of see how it's done there. So that's why Fury says no rematch. Now, Oleksandr Usyk, he took to Twitter and he openly addressed it. Have a look.
Greedy belly. Rematch clause comes from your side, not mine. Stop whining and ducking. Be a man. Ink the contract or vacate the belt. I need undisputed. And not to play your stupid games.
So Usyk calling Fury greedy belly, as he's been calling him that lately, basically saying sign the contract or vacate. Simple as. At the end of the day, how anyone can look at this situation and say Oleksandr Usyk is the problem is beyond me. Because all it's really been has been Team Usyk trying their damnedest to get this fight over the line. Usyk has said that he wants undisputed. This is all he really wants. I got that based upon basically straight after the Joshua fight, that it's really undisputed. That's all he's after. He's not after the Hrgoviches of the world, or the Joyces, or even another fight with Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, etc. He wants undisputed. And I wouldn't be surprised, win or lose, if he fights Tyson Fury, if that's his last fight anyway. Because it seems like Usyk has one foot out the door. He wants to go out in an undisputed fight, win or lose. Alright? He's been trying to get this fight over the line. He accepted the deal from the Saudis. He was happy with that. Team Fury said, oh, no, it doesn't work for me. Let's do it in London. Obviously, the percentage from the pay-per-view, etc., etc. Team Usyk are like, okay. They're saying, right, you want 60-40. Let's do 60-40 to the winner. So the winner gets 60, the loser gets 40. If it's such an easy fight as many of the Fury fanboys and himself claims it to be, surely that should be straightforward enough, Beating a small middleweight who apparently brings nothing to the table by way of anything. Fury, the greatest heavyweight of this era, which he may very well be. I'm not disputing that. But yeah, we haven't seen him do anything like what Oleksandr Usyk has done in the sense of going into people's backyards. We've seen him fight Klitschko, obviously, where he had no choice. We've seen him fight Wilder, where he had no choice. But that's it. He's fought a Wilder 3 times. He's fought Klitschko once. Dylan White. Those are the big names. Valine, Schwartz, Chisora. Usyk's been going, cleared out the cruiserweight division. Fought Joshua twice. They claim Fury is the best of this era. He may well be. Well, here's your chance to prove it. Here's your chance to prove it against someone who is a middleweight, according to Fury and his fans. No, we won't take the 60-40. We're going to demand 70-30. And Oleksandr Usyk still makes the concession and says, okay, deal, but here's my catch. Donate money to my home country, and for every day you don't do it. And I would imagine that this is going to stall it out. So if Usyk is true and that offer is true, that for every day they're pussyfooting around, for want of a better word, a percentage is going to come off Fury's purse. And now after all that, after Usyk accepting it all, Fury chucks another one out there and says, no rematch clause. Seriously, if this fight doesn't happen, there's no defending it. It's blatantly obvious if this fight doesn't happen, who's at fault. It's blatantly obvious. Unless you are a complete and utter delusional fanboy, and believe me, there's a lot of them out there. You see them in the comment section of all these videos. It's blatantly obvious to see why this fight is taking as long as it is to get made. And I don't care who wins it. I've said that several times. Gun to my head, Fury probably beats Usyk. But I want to see this fight. And it just... it's one thing after another. It is literally just one thing after another with this guy. I want this. I want this. I want this. Okay. Oh, well, now I want this. And even Usyk is like a greedy belly. Sign the contract to Vacate. He wants to get this fight over the line. He's doing what he needs to do to try and make it. And do you know something? If this fight doesn't happen because of all these demands, because Usyk, at this stage now, many fighters would have just said, enough, see you later. Could you imagine if this was Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk, and Joshua and Team Hearn were behaving like the way Tyson Fury's behaving? Do you think anyone watching this video would give them a pass? Do you think anyone would be not going for the jugular? They'd be going for the jugular tenfolds. Where somehow Fury is... he's not given a pass per se. There is a lot of pressure mounting. But the fanboys of Fury just seem to say, it's okay. He could offer Usyk 1% and they'd still find a way to defend it. It's amazing to me. It really is. I just want this fight over the line. I want to see undisputed. I've said this from the get-go. I'm not an Usyk fan. I'm not a Fury fan. I'm a boxing fan. And as a boxing fan, I want to see the best fights. I want to see the best fight the best. I want to see an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. 20 odd years since we've seen one. If you are a boxing fan, you want to see this fight. But no, we have these fanboys who just, they've proclaimed Fury as the second coming. Without what? Without the resume to show it? Without going and just saying, yep, this is the guy who has a claim to be number one. I'm number one. Do you know how I'm going to resolve that? I'm going to beat this guy in the ring. No matter what, I'm going to beat him. I ain't saying that. All we're seeing is dilly-dallying and adding this, adding that. I want to see this fight get made, lads. That's it. End off. No more. I hope it gets made. And I hope that this next request by Fury isn't the final nail in the coffin where Usyk just says, do you know what? F this. See you later. I'm going my own way. I'll fight Hrgovic. I'll fight Dubois, Joyce, Joshua again. Don't care. I'm not dealing with this. I mean, would anyone begrudge me? At this point, seriously, to just say, F this. There's no point working with this guy. Let's see. I really have said it, I hope we get this fight. I really do. I hope, a part of me hopes that this is a bit of promotion, in a sense of getting views on the fight, getting people talking about the fight, etc. I hope that's what it is, because it just seems for me like Fury is just being deliberately difficult for whatever reason. I do not know. I don't think he's afraid of Oleksandr Usyk, but I think he sees Usyk, in spite of what he says, as a massive risk, and he wants to, if he has to go into this fight, go into it with the best imaginable deal he can get. Because obviously he knows himself, I could fight Ngannou, he'd get a ranking with the WBC, I'd make an absolute fortune, a massive fortune fighting him, and it's virtually no risk. Virtually no risk. Easy money. But you shouldn't be allowed to do that. Undisputed, that's what I want to see. Leave it there, people. As always, thank you as always to the Hit Company for sponsoring today's video. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Of course, as always, people, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.